In the middle of nowhere, there was an abandoned mansion that had been left to rot for decades. The house was surrounded by dense forest and only accessible through a narrow pathway lined with overgrown weeds and thorny bushes. As the sun began to set on the horizon, a group of friends decided to explore this mysterious place in search of adventure. They made their way down the treacherous trail until they reached the front door of the mansion. The old wooden door creaked as it opened and revealed an eerie sight, a dark hallway lined with dusty portraits, cobwebs hanging from every corner, and a faint smell of decay in the air. The friends were hesitant to enter, but curiosity got the best of them. They ventured deeper into the house until they reached an old staircase that led upstairs. As they climbed higher, the sounds of rustling leaves and howls from unseen creatures grew louder. At last, they arrived at a door on the top floor which was locked tightly shut. They tried to open it, but no matter what they did, it wouldn't budge. Just then, something heavy crashed downstairs, causing them all to jump in fright. The sound of footsteps followed, and soon enough, they were surrounded by a group of strange creatures with glowing red eyes and sharp claws. The friends tried to run, but the creatures were too quick, blocking any escape routes. Fear clutched at their throats as they realized they were trapped. One of the creatures stepped forward, its eyes fixed on one of the friends with an intense gaze. It angrily spoke in a voice that sent shivers down their spines. "You shouldn't have come here." The friends exchanged panicked glances, their hearts pounding in their chests. The creature's voice reverberated through the air, carrying a malevolent warning that froze them in place. "You shouldn't have come here," it repeated, its words echoing off the decaying walls. "This mansion holds secrets beyond your understanding, and now you must face the consequences." Another creature, slightly taller than the rest, stepped forward, its eyes flickering with a cold intelligence. "You've trespassed upon our domain," it hissed, its voice dripping with venom. "Now, you shall pay the price." The friends felt their anxiety intensify. They had stumbled upon something they could hardly comprehend, and the air around them grew heavy with tension. "What do you want from us?" one of the friends stammered, their voice trembling. The creatures exchanged glances, their glowing eyes narrowing. "We feed on the fear of mortals," the first creature replied, its voice a sinister whisper. "And your fear is our sustenance." The realization struck the friends like a bolt of lightning. Their fear was what these creatures sought, and they were trapped in a nightmarish game of survival. Desperation filled the air as the friends frantically searched for an escape, their minds racing to find a way out. "Just keep calm," another friend whispered, trying to muster their courage. "We can't let them feed off our fear. We have to stay strong." As they stood there, surrounded by the eerie creatures, a faint glimmer of hope began to shine through their terror. They refused to succumb to the paralyzing grip of fear. The friends locked eyes, determination replacing their initial shock. "We won't be your prey," one of the friends declared, their voice steady despite the dire circumstances. "We won't give you the satisfaction." The creatures seemed taken aback, their glowing eyes flickering with a mix of surprise and frustration. "You underestimate us mortals," the taller creature hissed, its voice filled with anger. With a sudden burst of courage, the friends made a run for it, charging past the creatures and racing down the stairs. The mansion seemed to come alive around them, groaning and creaking as if it were aiding their escape. The creatures gave chase, their furious roars echoing through the halls. The friends burst through the front door, stumbling out into the moonlit night. They sprinted through the overgrown pathway, thorns scratching at their skin, and didn't stop until they were far from the mansion and the creatures that dwelled within. Breathing heavily, they collapsed onto the grass, their hearts still racing from the adrenaline-fueled escape. As they caught their breath, one of the friends looked back at the mansion, shrouded in darkness. "We might have escaped this time," they said, their voice a mixture of relief and uncertainty. "But I can't shake the feeling that those creatures are still out there, lurking in the shadows." The group of friends vowed to never speak of their harrowing encounter, carrying the memory of that abandoned mansion and its malevolent inhabitants with them for the rest of their lives, forever haunted by the chilling warning, "You shouldn't have come here."